Okay, so it's no surprise that I've been using Amaretti a lot recently, and I think for good reason. I want to talk to you a little bit about the flavors that I have here. These are what I just, what I've had and collected from buying everything from Amaretti, basically. And then I have some new stuff that I want to introduce. So I think the most important thing about mead making is being willing to try new things. And for me, one of those big things was and has been how to get the best fruit flavor. And so I've been experimenting for a long time, like using apples and using whatever else in primary and secondary and all that stuff, trying to just get the best flavor. Now, today as I talk about all these flavors, I don't want to take away from the fact that real fruit is nice to use, or real ingredients are nice to use. I do want to give you an alternative for how to get flavor in a cheaper way and also an easier way. So let me talk first about the stuff that I've been using. A couple of my favorites so far from Amaretti. Today we're also going to go through the website a little bit, so we'll talk about that and we'll kind of walk through it. And of course, if you see something you like, go check it out, amaretti.com. But let me talk about a couple of the normal things first. First of all, stuff like blueberry from Amaretti. I mean, solid things. Solid in general, because I love blueberry flavor. And this tastes exactly like blueberries. This is real blueberry, basically extract. It is not extract, but natural flavoring. It is blueberries. There's a couple differences we also have to discuss. Sorry, going all over the place. With Amaretti, there are things called compounds. For example, like this is a rose compound. So a rose flavor, but it's a compound. And you get more of, with the compounds, generally you're getting the more, quote, raw flavor. Generally that means like sometimes more tart. You also get some of the weird things like rose that you can't get in a natural flavor. So more tart side of things, more raw, I would say, fruit. You have the natural flavorings, which are also a raw flavor, but generally they're getting a not necessarily tart, but more sweet side of things, and so again, that's fine too. Have had a lot of success with those. The other one I'm going to talk about a little bit is swirls, swirls are like a combination of flavors, and they're definitely more the sweeter side of things. So first of all, these things, all of them, compounds and natural flavors, are made for up to, like this 8 ounces is good for like 5 gallons. That's probably a good base for me, 5 gallons, which is a lot. And for the price you get, I mean, this is like, I think $15 for this 8 ounce. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And I think that's a big thing that I want to emphasize. If you were trying to make mead, make wine or beer on a budget, you should try to, go with something that's a little bit cheaper. It's hard to buy, in my own experience, a bunch of blueberries. I've spent $50 on 9 pounds of blueberries to flavor 3 gallons of mead. That's a lot of money. $15 could have gone with this. Again, not replacing all the time, but definitely using these flavors to save some money, also get a nice, good natural flavor. I've loved the blueberry, use that a lot. Apple pie flavoring, this is another one. They make some extreme stuff like apple pie. There's like birthday cake and that stuff over here that are harder to make, and so harder to recreate in a different way. Apple pie was hard for me to recreate, and so I really like that one. Marshmallow, I mean, that one's pretty wild. I've still got yet to use that one exactly. Speculoos cookie, I think I'm going to use this one in a beer, hopefully soon. That's an interesting one. There's a grape flavor. There's a elderberry, which this elderberry is super, super good. I've really liked that one. Wild berry, I've used this one quite a bit. It's fantastic. In fact, I found if you pair this with, of course, mead, and you back sweeten with maple syrup, you've got a pretty good mead. So that's actually something I made recently. That's another elderberry. Maple praline, I haven't used this one yet. I have a feeling it'll be really good though. It's kind of like an Acerglyn, which is a maple-based mead. Orange cream, I actually have an orange cream mead going currently, and this stuff's pretty good. I think it'd honestly be better in a beer. it's very, very strong in my mead. It's almost too strong. So I'm gonna try it in a beer one day. I've got some oatmeal cookie. I actually made, not on camera, a Bochet, and then added some oatmeal cookie flavoring to the Bochet. It's really good as well. So here's some other ones. These are all 8 ounces, by the way. This is butter pecan. That one would be really good, I think, in a Bochet. I'd love to try that. Birthday cake. This one I'm going to try with a beer some point. I haven't done it yet. I'll get there eventually. French toast. This one I combined a bunch of these and ended up making a s'mores mead, just a little taste of a s'mores mead, and it was really interesting. French toast was part of that flavoring. The good news is you can combine these things too. If you want to get multiple flavors at the same time, you can combine different things, and so that's kind of fun. Pumpkin pie. I'm in the process of making a pumpkin pie mead currently, and we'll see how that turns out. Vanilla bean. I like this one a lot because actual vanilla beans are really expensive. So this thing is, again, like 15 bucks, I think, 15, 20 bucks. Is a great resolve for buying a bunch of vanilla beans that are super expensive. So these are the ones, is that all of them? Yeah, these are all the ones. Ooh, rose. This is the other one. Probably on my top favorites because it is such a unique flavor, but it smells so good, tastes so good. I made a rose mead, actually just finished a giveaway with it, and man, that's a good bottle of mead. Let's talk about the new stuff that I got recently. So this is cranberry, which is, I'm excited for that. I think that'll be a really good mead flavor. Passion fruit, also another really good mead flavor. Watermelon, I've used their watermelon before. I made a watermelon mead. Super, super good. I like it a lot. Pineapple, I've made a bunch of pineapple meads now using real fruit, I've never used their pineapple before, but super good. I've had lots of success with that. Blood orange, I've made a couple blood orange meads, but they have been with brewer's best flavoring, which is more chemically less strong. This is more potent, so to speak. White peach, excited about that one. Excuse me, use another apple pie because I love the apple pie one so much. Salted caramel, I have a compound. This is an artisan. Is it an artisan? Yeah, this is not a compound. I got more rose mead, rose flavor, because this stuff rocks. I love it. Pineapple. This is a swirl. Now this is the sweeter side, like I was talking about, and I think it'll be pretty good. There's another salted caramel. Here's another pineapple, and the last one is espresso. Someone just got really mad at me. Espresso coffee. In that one, this is going to be really good to do, I think, with a mead and a possible beer combination. The most important thing to know about anytime you add a sugar to a mead, beer, wine, if you have not stabilized the mead, you have re-fermentation. So you can use these things in combination, like you could stabilize, then add, and so you keep your sweetness, which a lot of times sweetness in these flavors is what gives them that flavor. So if you ferment stuff on these, sometimes you lose the flavor, and that's fine. Not all the flavor, just a little bit. So let's talk now. I'll go ahead and pull it up on the screen here, but let's walk through the website a little bit. And I think it's important that I try to give you some information about this. So you can see on here on the website, we've got a bunch of different things. We've got extracts and compounds, syrups, beverage infusions, bars, smoothie concentrates, natural flavors. I'm really, only going to talk about a few of these things. Let's first talk about some of these compounds. Now, I just touched the tip of the iceberg with the flavorings that they have because they have a ton of stuff. And the reason I'm doing this, I really want to, of course, promote them, but I also want to point you guys to an alternative flavor source. So let's say you're trying to make a blue raspberry mead and you don't have access to blue raspberries. What are you going to do? Hey, go buy this stuff. This stuff works really well. So these compounds are, for this, this is the price for 8 ounces, I believe. I think it is at least. Yeah, for 8 ounces. And you can buy up to as big a thing as you want. 2 pounds, you can do 10 pound, you can do a 60 pound if you're really going crazy with your flavorings. So look at all these flavors. Blue raspberry, coconut, strawberry, pumpkin spice, champagne, maple. I'm just going to keep running through these. There's some amazing flavors in here that you can't really make super easily. Or like tiramisu here, that'd be a hard flavor to recreate. Now, that's not to take away the challenge of doing it, but if you wanted an easy way to recreate it, there it is. Lavender, Irish cream, there's watermelon, all of this stuff. By the way, I'll link them down below, so if you want to go order something yourself. But they have a bunch of stuff like this, and this is, I'm only on like 1 of 4 pages, so I'm just going to keep going through. They got a maple bacon, eggnog. These are a bunch of more off-the-wall flavors, I would say. Some of these are a little bit crazy. Some of them are pretty normal. Green tea, that would be a pretty good mead. I'd be interested to see that. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the... do I want that? Let's see. I want... Oh, no, I want this. Hold on. I want the Artisan Natural Flavors, which is what I use a bulk of. These, again, we have lots of different flavors. Stuff like, I mean, these are cheap too. This is $12 for 8 ounces. 8 ounces of it will flavor up to 5 gallons of mead. So that's a pretty good, cheap alternative that works really well. I've used them a bunch. Clearly, I have a bunch of their stuff, and it's good. Peach, watermelon, guava, peanut butter, s'mores. There's a straight up s'mores that I tried to recreate. Wildberry, apricot, however you say it, bubblegum, stuff like that is a little harder too. Like fudge brownie, how are you gonna get a fudge brownie flavor? Some of these do not work well for mead, I'll be honest. You know, like, honestly, I've had a little trouble making a birthday cake mead because that's not quite, those flavors don't exactly go together in my brain. And so I haven't really been able to do that very well. However, some of them do go well together. So like, I mean, wild strawberry, that's clearly one. Popcorn, see, I think that'd be a pretty hard mead to make. But you could do something like beer related. You know, you could make whatever you wanted, essentially. All of these are awesome. I love the elderberry too, by the way. Probably one of my favorites. I've never had elderberries till I tried their stuff, and it's pretty good. So those are like some of the artisan flavors. And then we did the compounds. Now the last one would be like, is there an extract? Let's see. No, okay. So now here are the swirls. The swirls are like a combination sometimes of things, but they're also more sweet. You get more sweet flavor from them. And they're also very good. They're a little more expensive, but they do the same thing, generally about 5 gallons for the 8 ounces. So you could get by with a lot there. And they have a bunch of flavors as well: apple pie, maraschino cherry, raisin, you know, all of this stuff. It's all very, very cool. And I want to make sure you know that making your specific alcohols that you like, or whatever flavors you like, can be done in multiple ways. You don't have to do it this way. You don't have to buy these things. You can go out and try and recreate, you know, a speculoos cookie mead. By all means, go for it. And I will continue to try and do these things. I will continue to try to make challenging meads that are not just using something like this. However, if you find a good recipe and you want to be able to make something over and over and over again, this is a good way to be consistent. You don't have to necessarily worry too much about trying to get that exact combination of fruits or spices or anything like that. But go check them out. Really just try making mead. You don't have to go as crazy as me and get all these things. You could get something simple. Start with a blueberry. See if you like it. And if you do, go crazy. The good thing is once you open them, they have a good seal. And all you got to really do, they keep well. You don't have to refrigerate them. Now, you want to use them within a reasonable amount of time. You don't want to stick it away and then 5 years from now pull it out, because they're probably not going to taste very good at that point. But they do last for a while. So like these, I'm still obviously trying to make things with them. I've got ideas for this. But go check them out. Go check out Amaretti. And, you know, if you find something you like, go for it. I definitely do need some ideas for some meads with these. So if you heard something here and you went, man, French toast, that would be paired well with whatever you think of. Let me know. I would love to hear some combinations because I'm a little bit lost with some of these, even though I think I can come up with some ideas. Maybe not mead related, but also I'll take ideas beer related, anything like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you've got some inspiration to go out and make some things, regardless if they are with the amaretti flavoring or just whatever else you want to do, to go out and make some meads, whether they're wild or normal. You never know until you try it. Some things work well, some things don't. And you might be the first person to try making a mead like that. So let me know what you think down below. Go check them out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in another video. So with that, cheers.